coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. 33 years of prison stories, man. We in 2025. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's push this positive energy, man. Let's put this message out there. Let's let the people know being out here is the greatest thing in the world. Is a whole lot better than being over there. You understand? So this is the messages we pushing all 2025. We pushing. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, man. We on the road to 200K, then 300K before the end of 2025. Let's go. We gonna do it. I believe it. I'm already claiming it. Let's go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell somebody what we got going on over here. Let's go. Let's get it. Peace. Oh, man. Listen. We're going to get to it in 2025. One of the things that people usually ask me all the time, it's probably one of the most questions that I get. Is prison really that violent? Or how violent is prison really? And they always say that, well, you know, it's violent out here, man. You know, people be shooting, people be robbing, people be stealing, whoop de whoop de whoop. And they do. And I've seen some crazy stuff since I've been out here. And I try to explain to y'all the difference. Is a big difference. It's a distinctive difference. And that is, with all the things that we heard most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time when we heard these crazy things that happen in the world, it's far away from us. It's in another state, another town, another city, whatever the case may be, another neighborhood. But we heard it and we see it on the news. But it's not close up on us. That's the difference between out here and in there. All of the things that you hear about, all of the things that goes on, all of the wildness, the craziness, the unpredictableness is right there where you at. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of it. You in it. You can see it. You can actually see it. You know, you can possibly be in it. It's just the way it is in prison. Everything is just clogged up. It's stuffed up. It's like you can't get away from it. You know, something pop off on the yard, you right there. Something pop off in the block, you right there. Kitchen, you right there. Gym, you right there. Boulevard, you right there. And it's gonna reshape your thinking. You know, and over time, you it's sad, but you gonna get desensitized to it. Like when you first see it, it's gonna shock you. It's gonna be like, man, your adrenaline will run all through your body. But then after you see it over and over and over and over and over again, it's like it's kind of expected. You just don't know when to expect it because you know something gonna happen. It never goes a long time in prison without something crazy happening. I have never been through that in 33 years, a whole long period of years and years of don't nothing crazy happen. You know, probably not even months. Cause something always crazy gonna happen in prison. And the violence in prison is up close. Ain't no guns, ain't no shotguns, ain't no, you know, it's right there. It's omnipresent. You got to be involved in it. You got to be active, really active. These dudes out here and they be saying, yeah, I'm active out here. Nah, this is active. You know, when you got to get up on somebody with something and try to push it in them, and then you worried about them doing that to you, that's a different mindset, man. That's a different mindset, man. And even if you on the, you know, the end that you the one doing the violence, your adrenaline is still gonna be so high, your nerves gonna be so bad, especially if you never did it before, especially if it's your first time. You know, if it's your first time, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how it's gonna play out. This is how a lot of dudes get killed too. This is exactly how a lot of dudes get killed because the first time somebody pick that Bethlehem up and go at somebody, their adrenaline is running so high. They've never done it before. They don't know how much damage they really causing. They're trying not to get hurt in the process, so they overdo it. They overkill. And that's how people end up losing their life. Like I always tell you, a scared man to kill you. He will take you away from here sooner and quicker than anybody else, because of the fear of him getting hurt will force him to do things, you know, in a very, very aggressive manner. You know, and that's that fear coming out of him is turned into rage. And I would tell you right now, I don't think I never been in ever, and other people might tell you different with them, but I don't think I ever been in a violent situation in prison with the Bethlehem, and I wasn't nervous, super duper nervous, because you don't know what's gonna happen, you don't know the outcome, you don't know the damage you're gonna do or what damage is gonna happen to you, and that's a prison life, man, that you have to get used to, because that's the way you got to live in there. Everything you do is going to be done by you. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, it ain't no getting away from that. You got to handle your own business. Even if you got dudes that's going to ride with you, you still going to have to put in work yourself. You going to have to be active, really active. You going to have to push that Bethlehem. You going to have to fight. You going to have to keep them dudes up off you. You going to have to keep somebody from taking your stuff. You going to have to keep somebody from playing with you, playing with your money, trying to rob you, trying to take what you got. You gonna have to do that. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do that for you. You know, and this be jumping in prison, man. And like I say, going back to when I told y'all the first time I seen it, early when I seen the dude lose his life up under that knife, up under that Bethlehem, and the way it smelt in there, the way people moved in there, their attitude, their calmness, their lack of caring, that let me know right there where I was at. Where I was at. And then from that beginning right there, all the way 12,000 something days later, I've seen countless amounts of violence, man, of brutality that's beyond belief. From dudes getting their throat cut, from dudes getting their eyes put out, dudes getting colostomy bags, dudes getting their whole face slashed open. I mean, dudes getting their tongue cut out. I've seen all of these type of things, man. To dudes just tying stuff around their neck and jumping over the tail and breaking their neck and hanging themselves. It's insane, man. It's insane. To dudes just losing their mind. Just losing their mind and running up on the police, attacking the police. Dudes losing their mind and running up on female COs and attacking them. All types of just viciousness is right there in your face at all times. At all times, man. I've seen dudes get chased with the Bethlehem and they so scared they jump over the tier. 2 tiers high, 3 tiers high. Then land on concrete and the sound is just, the bones hitting concrete is just, it's like a sound that you can't even get rid of. It's like, man, and or jumping off a second tier and landing and you heard and then broke their leg, and dudes still run down on you and give it to you, and you got broken leg and you getting hit up. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's like everything in there is like, it's like somebody gonna try to outdo the other one. Somebody's gonna try to outdo. Somebody's gonna try to do something so violent that it just spreads over the compound. So when people see that person, so when people heard that name, they're associated with that, and they put them at arm's length. That's what dudes be doing in there. That's why it's so vicious. That's why it's so violent, because dudes be sending subliminal messages that this is what you're gonna get when you mess with me. This is what I got for you. So if you want to run that game, that larceny, that skullduggery, that tomfoolery, don't bring it over here, because this is what's going to happen. And with all of that comes sacrifice. You may do some years in the hole. You may get shipped from here to there, up in the mountains. You may get shipped out to another state. But your reputation is going to go with you. You know what I'm saying? Your reputation is going wherever you go. If Bo Billy didn't put in work here and they send him to Texas, it's in his file. And it's going to be known that that's why he there. And if somebody approach him, he going to reinforce what his reputation is. But this is a life that don't nobody really want to live. But this is the life that you forced to live when you in the penitentiary. You know, if you gonna stand up for yourself, if you gonna fight, if you gonna not let nobody take advantage of you, this is the only life that you gonna live. All of that humbleness and all of that trying not to oppose nobody and don't, man, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. You know, somebody gonna get in your way. Somebody gonna get directly in your way. The longer you there, the better your chance of somebody getting directly in your way. And you're gonna have to move them. And you're gonna have to move them emphatically. Because that's the only thing that they understand in there. They don't understand nothing else. I don't care how big you is, how much you talk, how loud you talk, how mean your grit is. It don't make no difference. Somebody wants you to prove that. And if you ain't willing to prove it, you ain't gonna survive up in there. They're gonna eat your lunch, dinner, and breakfast. Believe that, literally. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So, you know, like I say, shaping my mentality was the beginning when I seen that dude lose his life, man. And then I just seen so many things, man, just over the years that even now when I think about it and reflect back on it, man, I feel so blessed to have made it through such an ordeal, you know. And I understand better than most why a lot of dudes don't make it. A lot of dudes you know, become a victim one way or another. You know, it's a lot of dudes in prison that ain't even never did drugs, man, until they got to prison. But the pressure was so great that they started using drugs, and then they strung out, and then they doing things they would never do. So a lot of dudes ain't never been violent before they went to prison. They might have went to prison for uh some fraud or some stealing or some, whatever the case may be. When they get to prison and dudes try to take advantage of them in this way or that way, then they become violent, and then they get addicted to violence because that's the only thing that keeps them at bay, and now they're a violent person. Period. So your mentality can be shaped from prison. Your characteristics can be installed in prison because of the life that you have to live. So, and it's a hard thing to turn off, man. It is, man, because when you live that way for so long, and then you have to come back out in society, and you have to deal with people in a different way, and it'll make you so paranoid when you deal with a person, for lack of a better word, when you deal with a person with grace and with understanding, it'll make you paranoid because you be thinking, do he think I'm soft, or is he gonna be talking about me, or is he gonna spread the word that I'm soft or I'm weak, and then I'm gonna have to deal with other people, and that's not even maybe not even be the case out here because you may not even run into these people no more at all. But in your mind, you've been so, what I'm saying, addicted to this is the only way that people live, that's the only thing that you're gonna really understand. Because I've ran into people out here, bumped into them, or whatever the case may be, in grocery stores or gas stations, and, you know, in prison situations, it would have been handled totally different. But out here, it's like, boom, and you let it go, and then it be on your mind for weeks and weeks at a time. It's a strange feeling, man, because you'll feel like it'll make you paranoid out here. Like, okay, well, now everybody think that they can say this to me, or and it is not like that. But it's exactly like that in prison. You can't let nothing go. You can't let nothing get by you. Especially when it comes to altercation, when it comes to confrontation. You can't let nothing get by you because it just spreads, man. It spreads like wildfire. Oh man, I ain't even pay him, man. You paying him? I ain't gotta pay him. Yeah, well, and that's how it'll be. So, like I say, I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things that I probably seen more violence in prison than I seen on TV. You know what I'm saying? I probably seen more violence in prison in person than I've seen on TV. You know what I'm saying? Or either in my mind, I know that's fake. This is real. You know, I've seen dudes, man, just get up and just go berserk for nothing. For absolutely nothing, man. It's just they tired of doing time. They just tired. You know what I'm saying? The grind every day, the struggle, the depression, the oppression. You just, it'll get to you so much that you just want to explode. And sometimes that's why people commit suicide in there, because they don't even want to go through it no more. But other people take different routes. You know, they ain't got the heart to take their life. So they'll start lashing out at other people, even trying to take other people's life. And a lot of them, crazy as it sounds, it be in their mind like, I want the electric chair. I don't want to do this no more. But I don't want to go out like me, you know, hanging myself or something like. So they'll do, just go crazy. Just start, you know, stabbing people, fighting the police. You know what I'm saying? Doing all types of crazy, attacking the police. I know dude attacked the captain. He just attacked him just for nothing. He ain't never had no altercation with him or no nothing. But the captain came in the block, which they rarely do, and he just attacked the man on some just, you ain't even see it coming. This dude didn't even act like that. It wasn't even in his characteristics. But I guess he was going through some things. Going through some things. Knowing that he gonna get brutalized. Knowing that he gonna get punished. He attacked the captain, man. Just came out of the washroom, went in the washroom, came out of the washroom, walked right up behind him and just, nah! And the man, he just fell there, and the CO that was with him went crazy, tried to jump on him. He tussling with him. The captain get up, they start stomping him out. They hollering, everybody, go to your cell, go to your cell. Man, it's about 30, 40, 50 cops coming there, man. And they probably pummeled that man to probably 2 inches of his life. 2 inches of his life. Because he just did it unprovoked. And even if he did it provoked, he would have got the same thing. But the captain, so it just people will get to that point, and they'll get to the point where they feel so frustrated and so irritated that they want to feel some pain just to make them know they're alive. You understand? Even though that pain might cost you your demise, you want to feel that pain just to know you're alive. Man, do you know how many dudes I know was in the hole and be in segregation and then just snap and just start kicking the doors, start setting fires, start breaking out their windows, flooding, and telling the people, I want some wreck. I want some wreck. I want to fight. Come on, let's go. And the people might be like, look, we ain't trying. You better calm down. We gonna change. Come on with it. Because they want it. They want to feel like, because they feel like they dying inside. You understand? And it's a hard thing to explain, you know, because I've been there. It's hard to explain, but you'll feel like you're not even living, man. It's like every day it's the same thing. It's over and over and over again. And it's just, you going nowhere. It's like you on a treadmill of life. You just ain't going nowhere. But you ain't moving. And ain't nothing changing. And then you looking at 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, a life sentence, don't know when it is from there. And you just, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, it's a mental warfare that you fighting too, to keep your sanity, to stay, you know, grounded, man. Because 1 second, one bad moment of thought process, and you will just snap and do something, or somebody say something to you, or the tone of their voice is wrong, and it's on because you just at that moment you're not thinking clearly. You're not. You understand? And this is what makes a lot of people be on point, because you walking out in the block and you just going to get some coffee, but you don't know what's going on the next dude mind. You don't know what's going on in the dude mind that's in the microwave before you, the one that's behind you, the one that's on the phone, the one that's just walking across the tip. You don't know these things. He could be in that frame of mind. So you have to be ready for war. You have to be ready to defend yourself. You have to be ready to defend your life, and you have to be ready to take life. You understand? This is the type of world we living in. So when they say, is prison really that violent? Oh, yes, it is. Because this is every day, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. You understand that you got to be in this type of state of mind where you can't never really relax. You can't never really get comfortable. You know, and all this stuff y'all be seeing on TikTok and all this, with people showing they sitting in there with these big old long knives and talking, man, that's fake, man. I ain't never been on no prison. A knife that big and that long anyway, you can't even hide that. You can't even do nothing with it. These dudes is probably on road camps and low level security, and they making this little stuff and just to make some content and get, man, ain't nobody living like that. They got some Bethlehems in there, but they ain't nothing like that, because you got to be able to hide it. If you showing it, you ain't using it. Straight up. Don't nobody even supposed to know you got it until it's deep up in them and they trying to find out where it came from. So all that stuff be fake. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, I can look at them and tell they ain't about that life. They're about some entertainment. They thinking that that's the boredom that I'm talking about. That you so bored that you will do crazy stuff. This is what they doing now. This is the new generation. They so bored in prison, they trying to emulate real prison. Oh yeah, we got these and we ain't worrying about this. Woo, the woo, the woo. Yeah, I ain't never. I seen. I ain't gonna say I ain't never seen none that big. I've seen them, but they very, very rare. And they can't even be hid in the block. They can't even be hid in your cell. Where you gonna put it at? Where you gonna put it at? How you gonna tote it? How you going on the yard with it? You know what I'm saying? How you getting past the shakedown? And see, a lot of stuff y'all see on social media about prison, you don't know if it's true or not because you ain't been to prison. I've been to prison. I know what's real and what's not. I know what's fictitious. And it ain't got to be in the same state that I'm in. I just know what prison is like. Prison is gonna be prison universally. One way or another, the structure is gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? Different places may got a couple of little different rules, a couple of little different this, that, and the third, but for the most part, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't walking around with nothing like that that they be showing on social media unless you at a road camp or somewhere like that where the security is so low. And not only is the security low, why is the security low? The security low because it ain't that much violence going on over there. So that's why these dudes showing y'all these old long swords and stuff. Ain't nobody who when the last time you heard somebody get murked to get taken out or unalived in a road camp? You ain't hearing that. Why? Because you know why? Because a road camp, you on your way home. You less than 3 years from going home. You know, so and you gonna do that to go to prison? Come on, man. I mean, just make it make sense. I'm telling you, prison is not a joke. They making it out a joke on with this social media and the way people is getting on here and talking like it won't nothing and this, that, and the third. Yeah, when do you see them rushing to go back? If it won't nothing, why they ain't rushing to go back? Only ones rushing to go back is dope fiends and dope heads, and they can't beat the habit. And they don't even want to go back because the struggle to get high in there is even harder. But they ain't got no choice because they got mental issues that they can't beat the habit. But any sane man knows that that's insane world, and they don't want to be in there. You understand? They don't want to be in there, and they lucky to be out here, me included. So don't believe all the hype, man, of what you see on these little TikToks and these little posts and stuff from prison, man. That's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. And all that happy beat bopping and singing and whoopity whoopity whoop and all that you see on TikTok, man, I don't know where them jokers at. And I could care less. I'm telling you, a real life prison is miserable, man. It's super duper miserable. It's super duper violent. And a real human being don't want nothing to do with it. You understand? And like I said, I've seen enough violence in my lifetime, man, that I ain't never got to see none no more. To be honest with you, from men, losing their life, from men taking their last breath, from men struggling to just sit up straight, goggling in blood and heads bashed in. I've seen heads bashed in so distorted you wouldn't even know it's a head. You understand me? You wouldn't even know it's a head. I've seen the inside of dude's face because it's slashed over so much it just looked like it's filleted. You know, eyeballs hanging all the way out. I didn't even know the eye socket had stuff attached to the back of it where it won't even just fall out your head. It's I didn't seen this stuff, man. And it's disgusting. I know what it sounds like to hear a baseball bat hit a skull. I know what that sounds like. You know, I know what these things are. I know what they look like. I know what they sound like. I know what they smell like. And not because I want to, it's just because I had to know. You know, and this is why we try to tell these stories over here for somebody that don't know will hear this and don't never want to know neither, and don't never want to be around that, and don't never want to smell or see or feel that. Because it ain't nobody exempt once you go in there. You're not exempt from this life. You can't be. You can't go to another city. You can't go to another state. You can't go to another neighborhood. You go where they put you, in prison, and you deal with the lay of the land, whatever that may be, whatever that may be. So, terrible, man. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing, man. Anyway, man, I just wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to answer that question for the many people who ask me, man, is prison really that violent? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And sometimes you bear more mental scars than you do physical, but you definitely don't spend years in prison and don't leave with some type of scars. Sometimes both. But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Y'all let me know what y'all want to know, man. I'm here for y'all. I'm here to educate. I'm here to motivate. And I'm here to make sure that if I can save anybody else from living this type of life, that I can do that. So let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, man. We out here. Big love. All 2025. Tell a friend, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, talk to me. Let's grow the channel. Let's grow this message. Let's get it out there in 2025. Let's go. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Duck them hooks, man. They out there, man. And the penitentiary ain't going nowhere. Heard tell they building more.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.